empire, thread by crimson thread, until I was the villain in her vintage. It unfurled like a bolt of forbidden silk at dusk. My atelier in Savannah's moss-draped square overlooked Forsyth Park's live oaks, lanterns flickering like fireflies in the humid haze. But that May twilight, the summons slithered in, a velvet envelope, sealed with wax that cracked like a curse. Papa, it's fraying at the seams. Auditors are threading through. $1.7 million in unpaid looms, and the patterns point to us. Isabella Ruiz, 39, my muse in haute couture, had woven Ruiz atelier from a backroom sketchpad into a runway realm. Now, her call hummed through the antique switchboard, trembling, textured with tears. She swept in moments later, a tempest of tulle and tangled braids, spilling ledger books onto my rosewood drafting table. Fabricated invoices for phantom shipments laundered through artisan collectives, tariff evasions via vintage resales, design theft from atelier archives, embezzlement in bespoke commissions. They've unpicked our tapestry, Papa. We're bare. Mateo Ruiz, 71, former master tailor turned heritage curator, softened the gaslights and drew her close. Hold the line, me floor. We've mended tears before. But she twisted free, gaze sharpening like shears. Mend? You, with your heirloom stitches and solitude rituals? While I draped dynasties, you hemmed histories and savored jasmine tisanes in this relic of a refuge. The cut drew blood, my haven, draped in bolt ends from our golden era, the mannequin where we'd fitted her first gown still poised in the alcove. She'd snipped my seams of sincerity for swatches of splendor. She vanished into the magnolia-scented dusk, her vintage roadster purring away like a phantom silhouette. I unspooled the tomes. Manifests marred maroon, citations curling like kudzu. In my pattern vault, projections danced, Isabella at 34, debuting her debut collection in 2018. We'll cloak the world in wonder, Papa, timeless threads for tomorrow. Her vision had veiled catwalks. By 2021, phrase appeared, exclusive embroideries from shadowed suppliers, a fleet of couture couriers she dismissed as inspirations, heirloom brooches sinking to secret ledgers. Our last unfrayed fiesta? 2019, her embellishing epaulets over paella, swearing to stitch soles with style. What selvage shifted her from seamstress to saboteur? A bell tinkled through the twilight. 4:32 p.m. Mateo, salon.
Pronto.
Carriage awaits. This sews shut. Faith in the fit. Isabella's timbre was taut, tension twisting like a corset lace. I layered in linen and linen vest, confronting my contour in the gilded glass, a shadow stepping into the spotlight. The landau lingered at the lane, reined by a stoic groom named Esteban, posture like pressed pleats, reins rhythmic. Savannah's Artery Avenue pulsed with vesper vendors as we wove toward the riverfront's Riviera Row. Isabella's weaves worn? I ventured. Sred's confidential, senor. The hush hung heavy as brocade. We alighted at a wrought-iron wonder on Bay Street, vestibule a vault of velvet visions, crystal chandeliers, seamstresses scanning swatches like sentinels. Señor Ruiz to Atelier 33, Señorita Ruiz ready. Lift ascended in languid layers to the loft. Ruiz Atelier's loom, artisans in smocks spinning silk sonatas across drafting looms. Atelier 33 shimmered. Ebony easels, vistas of the Savannah's serpentine shimmer. Isabella emerged, enfolding me in an embrace scented with sandalwood, elation edging exhaustion. Mateo, you're the selvage we seek. Enter Sophia Lane, her lead embroiderer. Lingering at the lace loom, pearl studs pulsing, poise puckering with disquiet. Her thimble trembled, her clasp was coy, concealed. Endorse the embellishment, Isabella entreated, unfolding folios like a favored frock. Fabric fraction for fiscal folds, custom couture while we recut. The clauses cascaded. Interlaced insets, indemnity irons in inked italics. Sophia smoothed her smock, stare splintering like snagged satin. A chime chimed, Clara, Isabella's couture courier, chiming, Charleston Commission cascading swiftly. Isabella evaporated, edge to edge. Solo with Sophia, I neared the needle, notions of nurture needling my nerves. Her thimble thrust. She tugged my tailcoat. Stay the shears. Scatter. She's splicing the snag onto you. Her murmur mauled the mist. Folios flayed, forged fittings fingerprinting me as the fitter. $1.7 mil mendacity and misdeeds I'd never measured, masked through my monogram as Mirage Maker. Inspectors invade the workroom in 2 turns. She's tailored your torment for trimesters. The fabric fissured. My filament filly, who'd once threaded her inaugural taffeta on my table, tailoring my torment. Sophia steered me to a subseam passage, gossamer galleries glowing over garnet grout. Tradesman's tube to terrace, riverwalk rift, not front. 29 tears tumbled, tendons taut, her token tucked in my tweed. Trace the tear. My niece is 6, dreams undarned or damned. Vapor veiled me onto vile vine verandas, brine brewing breath. Communicator clamored. 33 chimes from Isabella, cascades cresting from couture calls to cutthroat curses. Mateo, Miss Stitch rethread. Then, stolen swatches, you owe the origin. I imaged the insidious insets, invoked a ironclad auto to Raphael Soto's sanctum on Oglethorpe Square, lifelong loomer, lacing litanies in the law's lattice. Raphael's realm resonated with rawhide richness, leather tomes amid lace looms. This? Couture conspiracy of cuts. Cut in, and you're the catastrophe. 19 seasons solitary, spools seized. Insets inspected like imperfect irons, me retro-ribboned as the rip's root. Reverse the run. Sue her for stitch swindles, stays, stalker summons from those signals. Fortitude's filament. Her fray flipped, fibers fingering her fall. Eventide's equipage edged homeward. Her roadster roost like a raptor rig. Mateo, measure. Unkempt, chain-stitching shadows. Empress embroidered empty. I inferred the infamy, Isabella. Veneers vanished. You? At 71? Pristine Patsy, your purity pins the panel. Fists furrowed fender. Lanterns leered with locals. I interlaced immortals. You ironed illusions. You interlaced irons for your instructor. Her headlights hemorrhaged haze, having heritage. Autumn accelerated to October's ordinance in Chatham Couture Court. Salon 33, Serendipity's snip, simmered with scribes scenting sartorial sororicide. Isabella in irons inset, inlays iced like iced ivory. Sophia's soliloquy. I couldn't cinch candor into confinement. My manifests magnified, maligning her mendacity. My monologue. She didn't just harvest my hoard, she hemmed my horizon. My harvest years hawked to the hold. Couturier's crescendo, lineage laceration and luxury, unpardonable. Decree, convicted, all 7 skeins. 11 eras, 2.50 mil restitution. Isabella imploded, inheritance imploded. Coda. By Yuletide, I relocated to a riverside retreat in Beaufort, breezes braiding over Broad River. Sunups. I sketch anew, not spectacles, but sunsets. Stray spaniel, sable, snuggles at my stool. Raphael rambles with riddles and ribbons. Sophia scroll. New needle, noble knots, your nerve needled mine. At 71, the velvet's venom vitalized me vivid. Blood binds, but beauty based the bona fide bequest. What rends can rehem,